This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Man discards firearm on scene, cops arrested. The police arrested a man in connection with the seizure of an illegal firearm during an operation in Garvey-Mead, Bridgeport in St. Catherine on Tuesday, June 8. His identity is being withheld at this time, but reports are that an intelligence-led operation was carried out in the community about 1 p.m. when, upon seeing the police, the man pulled an object from his waistband and threw it. He was reportedly accosted, and the object, a Bersa Thunder 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 13 9mm cartridges, retrieved. The police said he was subsequently taken into custody. At least 3 injured in Raytown Fishing Beach shooting. The police are maintaining a presence at the Raytown Fishing Beach in Kingston after multiple people were shot by unknown assailants this morning. In confirming the attack, the police's corporate communications unit told the news that it is aware that 3 individuals were shot and injured. Information reaching the news is that armed men entered a section of the fishing beach and shot the unidentified persons, who were then rushed to the hospital. Residents claim that a 4th person was also shot in the early morning shooting. They added that they are not aware of why the violence that has marred sections of the Kingston Central constituency has now reached their community. Everybody down here involved in a fishing, nothing else, a resident said. 23-year-old St. Catherine man on triple murder charge. A 23-year-old St. Catherine man has been charged with 3 counts of murder, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, following the July 2020 murder of 3 men in the parish. Charged is Oral Johnson, otherwise called the Moti, of St. John's Road, Spanish Town in the parish. According to the police, Johnson was picked up on June 1 in connection with the deaths of 42-year-old fisherman Taffa Williams, 24-year-old electrician Jason Mighty, and 25-year-old customer service representative Rashid Vassell. Lawmen said that about 12:30 a.m., Johnson allegedly entered a house occupied by the men and fatally shot them execution style. The police said Johnson was picked up during an operation in his community and subsequently charged. He is scheduled to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday, June 15. Robber's mask falls off during tussle in Manchester. A taxi operator was robbed at gunpoint of an undetermined sum of money after the vehicle crashed during a hold-up in Kendal, Manchester on Sunday, June 6. One man was charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition in relation to the incident. He is 20-year-old Antoine Lowe, otherwise called J of Joblin Cristiano in Manchester. Reports from the Kendal police are that about 7:15 a.m., the taxi operator picked up 2 male passengers along the roadway, one of whom pulled a firearm and demanded money. On reaching a section of the roadway, the driver lost control of the vehicle, which crashed into a perimeter fence. The man exited the vehicle and a tussle ensued, during which the face mask of one of the robbers fell off. Minutes later, the man identified as one of the robbers was nabbed. He was seen in another taxi leaving the area, the police said. His court date is being finalized. Child Protection and Family Services Agency locates a boy caught on video saying he wants to become a gunman. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency has located the boy seen in a recent video declaring that he wants to become a gunman. In a news release on Wednesday morning, the CPFSA said the boy and his parents visited the Point Hill police station in St. Catherine on Tuesday. The CPFSA also visited the family and conducted an assessment on Tuesday evening. The agency said it is taking steps to offer intervention to the boy and his parents. The CPFSA is urging parents, guardians, and community members to have only age-appropriate conversations in the presence of children. It also said individuals should ensure that children are properly supervised and are in the care of responsible adults. 2 killed, 2 others injured in Hanover shooting. Gunmen struck in Hanover on Wednesday morning, leaving 2 persons, including a 16-year-old boy, dead and 2 others hospitalized. About 11 o'clock, persons were at a shop in Logwood when armed men walked up and opened gunfire. The teenager and 3 men were shot and taken to the hospital, where 2 of them were pronounced dead. A motive has not been established for the attack. Detectives probing murder in Salt Spring, St. James. Detectives of the Criminal Investigation Branch are probing a deadly attack in Montego Bay, St. James, which claimed the life of a steel worker. Tyro DaCosta of Angeline in Salt Spring was shot about 5 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. It was reported that DaCosta was at home when he was shot by men carrying rifles and handguns. He was among 5 persons killed in Jamaica on Tuesday. 2 of those incidents occurred in Clarendon. There have been 588 murders in Jamaica since the start of the year. 3 boys boogered, 2 13-year-old girls raped in recent days. The police are probing 5 more allegations of sexual assault against children, among them 3 boys who have reportedly been molested and boogered by a 38-year-old man. The oldest of the boys is 12 years old, while the youngest is 9. Sources say the man, who lives in St. Mary, first came to the attention of the police last week when it was reported that on June 1, he boogered the 9-year-old boy and performed oral sex on his 11-year-old brother, who was staying at his house. Investigators say the boys had been at the house of the suspect when he lured them into his room individually and sexually assaulted them. Following the reports to the police by the 2 brothers, another family member took their 12-year-old son to the station and reported that in June 2019, the same man had entered the boy's room and boogered him. It is alleged that on 2 other occasions, the man sexually assaulted that boy. Those reports came just as the police in St. Catherine received information that a 13-year-old girl had been raped on a church compound in the community. According to the reports, the girl, who lives on the church compound, went to the church hall to get tea bags when a 55-year-old man approached her. He reportedly held her down and told her, "You know how long me want this?" before raping her. The child reported the rape to her mother, who took her to the police. The scene was processed by investigators and the man taken into custody. He is to face a question and answer session and is expected to be charged before the end of this week. The other incident occurred in Westmoreland sometime in April. According to reports, a 13-year-old girl had gone to the house of the suspect, where he held her down and raped her. The matter was reported to the police this week after the teenager shared her ordeal with a family member. The latest incidents came days after the police reported allegations that a 15-year-old girl had been allegedly raped by a pastor on a church compound in Granville, St. James. The pastor has since surrendered to the police. Recent reports indicate that just over 3,200 children have been sexually abused across the island between January last year and March this year. Chief Executive Officer of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, Rosalie Gage-Grey, called on adults to sensitize children about sex and their body early. Gage-Grey was speaking against the background of the increasing numbers of child sex abuse cases being reported, as she argued that children should be encouraged to report inappropriate touching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.